Here's how I made giant cowboy boots out of a piece of foam insulation. I projected the design onto 3 pieces of foam in a dark room and traced it with a Sharpie. Here's what it looks like. This is a hot foam knife. It cuts through the foam like butter. I do the design of the boot tips first. Then I cut the larger piece with the knife. Be sure to do this outside with the fan blowing all the fumes away from you. I use a razor knife to cut the excess of the boot tip to fit the two together. Next, I saw 1x4s to support the back of the boot. I lay it flat and add construction glue to the edge of the tip to attach it to the boot. Tape it together and add some bricks to weigh it down. Now for the wooden supports that will keep the foam from snapping. Great Stuff attaches the wood to the back of the foam very nicely. I let it dry for about 8 hours. I sand a dowel and use it to trace parts of the design for some dimensionality. Next, I start the priming process. I only shot the first coat. For both boots, I painted 2 coats on the back and 4 on the front to completely cover the green color on the foam. I let each coat dry for 4 hours before coating again. That's a lot of primer. I used spackle to cover the seam where the 2 pieces of foam meet. One boot had a bigger gap than the other, so I had to sand, prime, and reapply about 4 times to smooth it out nicely. I spackle any dents in the foam also. Screws give extra support to the wood. Time for paint! I paint 2 to 3 coats of each color onto both boots and go back and do fine touch-ups with a small brush. I try to roll most of it on so it would have the texture of leather more than brush strokes. It looks really fun now! I cut the star shapes out of craft foam and paint those pink. Those sit at the top of each boot. I add glue to the back of giant rhinestones and press them to the boot tips for some extra bling and sparkle. I then go through with a tiny brush and add white highlights to the stars and along other parts of the boots according to the design. It's little details like this that really make it pop. The final step is adding the hot pink stitching to several areas on the boots to give them a realistic look. To get the lines even, I was counting in my head while painting these. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. The boots turned out great. All the details look fun and the letters carved from foam topped with mirrors really look nice. Here they are in the final space. So you can tell why they needed to be so huge. Thanks for watching, and please hit subscribe if you enjoyed this project. I'll be doing more maker things soon.